Happy Thursday, everyone. Mrs. O'Brien here. This is the recording for 8/29. We are not using an old recording today, so everything you need to know will be on this one recording. Let's get started with our review. Go ahead and pause this recording. Answer these questions in your class notes for me. In today's recording, we're going to be describing how the Mayflower Compact influenced American government. You're going to need your notebook, as always, and we are practicing the skill of historical comprehension. Remember, as we're practicing these skills, I know they can be tough, but learning is getting it wrong and then getting it right, so you will not learn until you try. So just give it your best for me, please. So there's going to be many different countries and many different groups of people that are going to start to settle in the New World. And this timeline kind of gives us an idea of who is coming from where. But in terms of permanent settlements for our colonies, we really look at three main beginning groups, okay? The Jamestown colonists, which were mostly men, and they were really there for trade and profit. The Pilgrims, which are going to be separatist, meaning they're going to break away from the Church of England, they're going to be settling in Plymouth. And then the Puritans, who want to purify, hence their name, the Church of England, they're going to be settling in Massachusetts Bay. So when we look at the kind of the timeline here, you'll see that you probably remember the lost colonies. So kind of the first English attempt at a settlement was 1585, but the first permanent settlement, that's Jamestown, like I just mentioned, that's 1607. Okay, then you fast forward a little while, and then in 1620, we have the founding of Plymouth by the Pilgrims. And then same thing, fast forward a little bit more, and you have Massachusetts Bay Colony in 1630. Okay, so not that there aren't other groups coming, not that there aren't other colonies that are going to be formed, but in terms of those beginning stages, the first permanent settlements, these are the three that you should pay attention to. Okay, in a moment, I am going to pause the recording and give you this link. This is a short video. It talks about the Pilgrims and settling in Plymouth, and it also talks about our topic today, which is the Mayflower Compact. It would be great if you also take notes as you watch the video. All right, so here's the activity we're doing today. In a moment, you're not going to be in a breakout room, of course, you're going to be on the recording, but you are going to read the Mayflower Compact. As you read the Mayflower Compact, you're going to do 3 steps. The first is to identify keywords, okay? Now, when I say identify keywords, this is kind of like we did with the Columbus letters a few days ago. You're not highlighting everything. Not everything's a keyword, but you're looking at the words that you know what they mean and you think give the document meaning. Okay, so just because it says the word, I don't know, I'm trying to think of a word. Just because it says the word God in it doesn't necessarily mean that that's a word that gives it meaning. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. Just because it says the word the in it, right? That's not necessarily a word that tells us a lot about the meaning. When I say key words, I'm talking about the words that tell you essentially what is going on. Those are the words that you want to write in here, and you can just list them out, okay? In your own words, again, just like we did with those Columbus letters, that is you kind of taking it, summarizing it in a short and sweet. If I was writing it today in 2019, how would it sound? Write it so that it makes sense to you. And then finally, significance. Significance is, why is it a big deal? Why are we still talking about it in 2019? This should be a couple of sentences, and you just need to tell me, what is it that they are saying in the Mayflower Compact that makes a big difference for the founding of our country. Okay, so here is what we're reading of the Mayflower Compact. Now's the time to pause the recording. If you're someone who wants to listen to it as you read it, I will also put up this link, and this link will read it to you. Here's the chart that you should be putting in your activity portion of your notes. You don't have to make the chart look exactly like mine, but you do need to have it clearly labeled, what your keywords are, how you're going to write it in your own words, and what the significance is. All right, before I forget, our code word for today is self-government. So when you are taking the exit ticket quiz in the online high school, you want to make sure you type in self-government for the code word. And then here is our exit ticket question. So go ahead and head on over to the online high school and answer this question and put in our code word self-government. Thanks so much, everyone, and I will finish up this week in tomorrow's recording. Have a great day.